Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is a video on how I got this sunset colored wig. If you want to see the tutorial on how I created this beautiful unit, then please stay tuned. Alright, so we're going to start with 4kbeauty.com hair. This is a 13x6 lace frontal and a 14-inch. It is 613 because we are going to deposit color directly onto this, and we want it to be completely saturated and the color to come out vibrant and bright for this sunset unit. So we're going to pin it to our mannequin head, and then we're going to section off a small piece in the back where I'm going to do a solid color. I don't want to do the ombre in the very back because I really want that to be very vivid and bright. So I'm going to section off a small piece as you see here, just in the very back. This is going to be the only place that has a solid color on this unit. So right out of the gate, first color that we're going to start with is Vivid Violet by Tintation. This is a semi-permanent hair dye with conditioning agents. So when you place this color onto hair, especially 613 hair, which soaks up color very, very well, it actually goes right onto the strands. It soaks right into the hair, and it doesn't really come off. What I mean by this is on my gloves, when I'm actually blending the colors together, which you're going to see soon when I go into the ombre effect, there's not going to be any color that actually comes off. The only thing that comes off is like this liquid is like a clear color because the color is depositing, and on top of that is a conditioning agent which keeps the hair nice and soft and healthy. So as you can see here, I'm not going directly onto the root at first. I'm starting a couple, maybe like an inch away from the root first, and then working my way up to the root or the weft of the hair, because I want to be very careful not to get this color on the actual cap. This being a full 613 unit, the cap is a light color, and I don't want to stain the cap or the lace up at the top at all, because that's going to mess up the whole effect of the hair. So I'm just getting as close to the weft as I can without getting it onto the cap. You want to be very, very careful with your brush with this. You may even want to just take your finger and kind of rub it across to deposit just a little bit of color, just to keep the blonde color from really showing through into the color of the hair. You don't want the blonde to peek through at all. You really want it to just be these full colors, because you're not doing an ombre effect with any blonde. You're doing ombre with violet, reds, and oranges, no blondes. Because if you see a blonde, it's going to mean that you messed up. It's going to look very splotchy, and we don't want to ruin the full effect of this colorful unit, okay? So cover the blondes is basically what you're trying to do. So I know that you can still see a little bit of the blonde in between the strands here, but that's actually just the cap. As I said, you don't want to get this color on the cap because it's going to stain it, and it's going to be very, very hard to remove or cover up. So for a perfect look, stay away from the cap. Try to just get as close to the weft as you can, probably a little bit on the weft, but do not go past that weft onto the cap. So now once we finish with that, all you want to do is just take some plastic and put it over that to keep the other strands of hair from touching that, because once that color deposits onto the hair, removing it is going to be a pain in the butt. So now we're going to go in with the Wild Cherry by Adore. This is the closest color to what I was looking for, and it was in Adore. I could not find it in Kiss Tintations, but they work about the same. They both have conditioning agents in them. So what you want to do is just take that the same way that you deposited the hair with the Vivid Violet. You're going to do that with this Wild Cherry, and then you're going to put the Vivid Violet at the end, because as I said, this is where you're going to go in and start the ombre effect. The rest of the hair is going to be in an ombre effect. So, taking thin strands again, well, thin sections, we're going to go in and we're going to put Wild Cherry, close to the root, but not yet, because we want to deposit the color on the hair first and then work our way up to the root once we are more careful, and then go towards the end with the vivid violet and then blend those two together where they meet. You want to blend them. You don't want to just put the color there and leave it. No, you want to take your finger and blend those colors together so that they actually meld together. Meld. I'm going to go with meld. Meld sounds better. That's what we're going to go with. And then you're going to work your way up to the weft. Now we're going to go in with the ruby red and neon orange mixture by Tintation. This color mixed together gives you a bright orange, not neon orange like the highlighter. No, that's not what we wanted. We wanted something a little bit red so that it blends in with the wild cherry by Adore. That's what we're doing here. So you're going to deposit that the same way. Here you see me kind of going in the opposite direction because I didn't like the way that the colors were kind of fading out the vivid violet at the ends. So I decided to put that color on first. That way I can set where that color started and then blend the other ones up. That's how I do it for the rest of the unit. So now this is the finished product of everything. As you can see, the hair just looks wet. There's no color bleeding onto my mannequin head. There's no color coming on my hands. Nothing. The color has completely saturated. So I'm going to let this sit for about 3 to 4 hours. And then we're going to move on to this sink. And we're going to rinse this out. And you're going to see just how much this color saturated and deposited onto this 613 hair. So there is only a little bit of color coming off. It's barely noticeable. The water is basically running clear because all of the color, as I said, has saturated and soaked into the strands of this hair, which is why I left it on. It didn't do any damage because there are conditioning agents in this hair dye, which is why I prefer to use it on 613 hair, because you can let it sit, it's going to soak in, and it's not going to do any damage. So the only colors that is coming off are the excess colors, but I'll put a little bit extra because I wanted it to sit there. There's no color on this lace. This lace is actually perfect. Everything about this unit is perfect because I took my time in it and I did not go in and rush. You don't want to rush with this. So now I'm going to go in with my Chi Iron Guard, which is what I use on all of my hair as a heat protectant. It keeps the hair nice and luxurious and soft, and it protects it from heat damage. Of course, it's a heat protectant, duh. Ugh. Looking at this hair after I've finished blow drying it, you see why I prefer to blow dry it while I'm doing curls. It actually makes it nice and full, and the curls are going to be fluffy. That's what I want. As you can see right here, these curls are full. They're big, and this looks like it is a 180% density unit with these curls, okay? So that's why I blow dry. If I were to straighten hair, I air dry it, and then I brush them out, add my heat protectant, and go on with a flat iron. But with curls, I prefer to blow dry because it makes the hair nice and fluffy. So I'm going in with a 1.5 inch barrel curling iron, and I'm curling this towards my face, but that is where I actually messed up. I prefer to curl away from my face, as you see here with the bang. I'm going to curl it away, and I'm actually going to go in and reverse the flips on the bottom part of the hair because I want everything to fall back. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to layer. The reason why I curl away from my face is because it helps it frame the face a little bit better. After the layers and everything, even though this is a bob, I am still going to add layers because it helps the curls sit better. So I'm going in with my Freeze Blast Spray by Got To Be Glued. I'm going to just set the hair where I want it to go and comb it into place and let that set. And then I'm going to go in with my electric hot comb because I can't use a stove with as many kids as I have running around my house. We're just not going to talk about it though. So I'm just pushing the hair back and kind of fluffing it up in the top and setting it with my hot comb. The reason why I'm using a hot comb with hairspray is because with this hot comb and hairspray combination, when you comb it out, it's actually going to still be soft. It won't be stiff, but it's going to hold its place while still being soft. So that is the reason why I'm doing this. You see I'm not going too deep into the curls, but I'm going deep enough to where they do kind of come out. And then I'm going to take a layering comb rather than shears because this is short hair and it's already curled. It's easier to just take a razor comb for me. and just kind of layer this hair to where the curls fall as perfectly as on this side as they do on the other side, which is already layered. So I'm just going to take the comb, and as I flip the hair, whatever pieces kind of stick out, that's what you want to kind of layer. So that's what I'm doing here. Every time I flip, I see some pieces that need to be tucked in, and rather than tucking those pieces in, I'm just going to layer them a little bit and then run my fingers through it again and see how they fall. And as you can see, they begin to fall into place a little bit better. And this is the finished product of this sunset unit. It is a 14-inch 13 by 6 lace front 100% virgin hair unit. Okay? Oh my goodness, that was a mouthful to get out. Anyway, moving on. This is more of a non-traditional style of ombre. It's 3 different colors going from a bright orange down into a vivid purple. It's very, very pretty. If you do want to see more from me, don't worry. I got more coming for you, okay? This is in a hair tutorials playlist, so please just let it play. You can see more coming for me as well. It will also be uploaded into this playlist. Please click my big bubble head right there to subscribe if you want to see more from me. And also, just click a video over here. I'm doing all of the work for you. All you have to do is just either subscribe for me. I would really like that. Or just click a video, okay? I will see you guys again soon. Love you. Bye.